smartShift has been around for a little over 20 years now. My journey with smartShift started back really in 2013-ish. I was working with a customer, I believe when I was with IBM, and I was referred to smartShift for the first time back then. And so since that point, I've been referring customers and partners, and the biggest reason was really for the quality of what smartShift delivered specific to custom code. I couldn't find any other provider from a software or manual perspective that actually handled the custom code challenge that a lot of customers have. So over the last 20 years, smartShift is built on top of this automation platform and has gotten better and better and better at automating mundane tasks from a custom code perspective. And as the technology has advanced, the smartShift message has advanced, and we continue to capture the market. smartShift brings together the ability to deliver a guaranteed outcome from a custom code remediation standpoint. And really what that means is customers along the SAP realm that have large amounts of custom code with very large custom code repositories are looking for a way to handle the custom code remediation that's required to move to S4, that's required to move to the cloud. And smartShift essentially takes a software-driven first approach from an automation perspective, as opposed to relying upon limited resources from a manual fix perspective. So we do this with guaranteed result, guaranteed outcome. It doesn't matter how big the repository is. It doesn't matter how long the customer's been using SAP. It doesn't matter how complex the environment is. We're able to provide a guaranteed solution to the customers to take the custom code piece of the puzzle right off the table to guarantee the outcome that the customer's looking for. When we work with customers today, we're often handling the custom code transformation, and we're also providing a dual maintenance solution to customers where if customers are looking at an S4HANA roadmap that's 3 to 5 to 7 years, they need to have a way to keep their ECC environment in sync with their future environment, which is S4. When we complete that journey with the customers, we often get asked a lot of questions around clean core and business technology platform from an SAP cloud standpoint. The journey for smartShift really is because we have this expert knowledge of how customers are using their custom code in their existing environment. We're getting pulled in the direction from customers and partners to help the customer and the partner figure out a way to get to a prescriptive measure, a prescriptive guidance on how customers can leverage BTP and how they can look at their core and realize what needs to stay in the core and what makes sense to move into the BTP architecture. So for the future of smartShift, where a lot of our investment is occurring for those discussions, is really around the analysis capabilities of customers that are engaging in those discussions from a clean core standpoint and BTP. The future for us is let's leverage the expertise that we have as the automation leader for SAP when it comes to custom code and take that and help build out analysis capabilities and execution capabilities for customers to automate towards BTP. Where's the low-hanging fruit for the customer? Where's the low-hanging fruit for the partner to help the customer understand exactly what they should be biting off to move towards that futuristic architecture with BTP and clean core at the center? SAP should really look at smartShift as a way to fast forward a lot of their discussions that they're currently having. And I would even say this, fast forward a lot of their difficult discussions that they're having because they don't have a way to convey how customers are going to digest BTP, how they may not have an internal message that's resonating around real practical scenarios for customers to leverage BTP. All the customers are getting hit over the head with the clean core message, but we have customers saying to us, okay, what does clean core actually mean for us? And we're getting feedback at times that customers are looking for very prescriptive guidance. SAP should view smartShift as a partner to them that can help give the customers this prescriptive guidance that they're starving for, which is something that is really in need by the customer, but also it's in need by the customer from an SAP perspective to pull the thread into BTP sales, driving BTP revenue, and driving clean core adoption across the realm. That's really the key here, is that SAP has a challenge there where smartShift is expertly positioned to help drive those discussions for SAP. And a lot of the great relationships that we have with SAP are at the global account level position. Those are the discussions that we're having on behalf of SAP with the customer. It's one of those things where SAP would do themselves a significant service to involve smartShift in those discussions, because we can help pull these BTP discussions. I've seen it happen where a customer's saying, hey, we're not even thinking about BTP because we still have to do our transformation. We still got a dual maintenance issue. I've seen those same customers come back to us and say, hey, we weren't ready to have that BTP discussion with SAP, but now we are. And those discussions have been pulled forward. We're partnered with a lot of great systems integrators across the space, and the strongest relationships that we have come from the SIs that understand that while there may be a manual approach to custom code and there might be a manual approach to dual maintenance, SIs that are making significant impacts with their customers along the automation story are ones that understand that smartShift truly has a differentiator to automate a lot of the mundane tasks associated with custom code remediation and the synchronization of the environments. And so I would say that the partners that are not fully in on automating those tasks are doing themselves a disservice, because what happens, and I've seen this happen, is we get often told by customers, hey, look, we don't really know who we're going to go with from an SI perspective yet. We're still engaged with SIA and SIB, but we do know that smartShift is going to be written directly into the RFP because of the automation capabilities. Because, Derek, we're being asked to do a lot more with less resources internally here at customer ABC. We would like to see our SIs understand the pressure that we're under from a customer side, relative gaining more with less from a resource standpoint. So this is where I've said it many times, and I hear customers saying it to me as well. If you're not leading with automation, you're flat out looking at it wrong. And I've been in discussions with many CIOs over the last 6 to 12 months that have said and agree with my perspective, which is if you don't have an automation strategy, you're likely not going to be a CIO for very much longer. It's that pressure that's across not only the customers, but the SIs that exists. And there's a lot of advancement and a lot of spotlight on true automation. And really that all feeds back into the doing less with more perspective that a lot of these customers and partners have. I often think about this. We're growing like crazy. And I'd like to say it's because we're an expert operation. But the truth is, it's a little bit of that and a whole lot of the message that resonates around automation in general, right? Like, this is not happening by accident. We're growing like crazy and massively because there's a legitimate shortage of resources that spans across the partners, that spans across the customers from an internal IT perspective. This is not something where it's the boy who cried wolf. More and more pressure is mounting because of the amount of work that needs to be done from a very large install base of customers specific to where we play in that custom code, dual maintenance, futuristic architecture perspective. This has got real teeth to it, and we're expertly aligned with a lot of this, and we're at the right place at the right time. From a solution standpoint, we're really the only company out there that has the automation platform and the automation references that can actually talk the talk and walk the walk. And at the end of the day, there's a reason why I've not been involved in any escalations of any kind since I started referring customers to smartShift in 2013. And it sounds like I'm being cocky. It's not me being cocky. It's me being extremely proud of the solution that we provide, and also extremely proud of all the people in the back here that are delivering this solution and that are enhancing the platform for now and for years to come.
The Sandbox Video Podcast was brought to you by smartShift, the global leader in intelligent automation for SAP transformations.